Your rain boot, even your poncho if you have one of those too.
Yes, but thankfully, after all the cold front starts making its way out of Tallahassee, we start seeing a lot more fall-like weather in the area.
That is so true. So, how is this fall-like weather going to be affecting us for the next couple days or so?
Well, you're starting to see a lot more rain today. Expect a lot more tomorrow, so make sure you have the umbrellas and rain boots handy because it will be quite a wet one for the capital city. But after Wednesday morning, you are seeing a lot more sun and a lot more colder weather. You're starting to see temperatures in the low 80s. That's going to be really nice.
And those low temperatures will be in the upper 60s, and we have not been experiencing 60-degree temperatures in quite some time.
No, you're talking about lows in the 60s, so on nights after Wednesday, it would be nice. You see moon and stars. Just go out and have a little fun in the night time.
I'm so excited. I miss this kind of weather, Jay. I miss it.
I know. I miss not being able to not sweat.
So what is it going to be like in the Tallahassee area the next couple of days?
Well, the next couple of days, you start to see a lot more rainy weather and a lot of things going on. As you, for example, you're seeing stays high in the 88. You're actually 90 there yet. But satellite and radar, you're seeing a lot of rain in the capital city right now. So again, a lot of rain expected for the next couple of days. And we see the weather headlines. You are seeing thunderstorms tonight, and it's going to be lasting all the way to Tuesday afternoon. So make sure the rainbows and rain boots handy just in case you start seeing a lot more rain coming to your area. But temperatures do drop to the weekend. So for the big game against Clemson, it's going to be a fabulous one indeed. You're going to see a lot more sun and a lot of happy people. We're not going to be sweating as much, so be prepared for the big game against Clemson on Saturday. Right, Paxton?
Yes, indeed. I'm so excited for this Clemson game. My parents are coming up, so it's going to be fantastic.
Of course. But, let's talk about some weather history right now.
Okay. Well, Detroit, Michigan in 1939, they actually reached 100 degrees, which was the hottest ever recorded in September.
I know we felt like that a couple times here in the capital city. But in the Gulf of Mexico in 1939, they are seeing Hurricane Gilbert. Back then, it was hitting winds of 120 miles per hour, but it was 350 miles just southeast of Brooksville, Texas.
Yeah, that was before most of us were born in the studio, so we don't remember that. But also in 1989, there was a hurricane in the Atlantic named Hugo, and that has sustained winds of 160 miles per hour. So that was quite an intense storm.
Oh, yes, it was. But Paxton, you'll give us a little more about a local work around the capital city right now?
Yes, I sure am. So today we had a temperature of 88 degrees. So we're not in the 90s as of right now, but this cold front is bringing in some relief for us today. Currently, it is 78 degrees, and this is due to this cold front, and all the rain that's in our area has cooled us down to what we are used to from these past couple of days. So 78, it is nice for us. Usually we're in the upper 80s this time of day, but this dew point of 74 degrees, it's just not fun to be outside. The humidity is up there, 87%, but the winds, they are calm, which is great for us. Radar is showing that we do have all this rain in our area. It kind of started around noon when these showers picked up. We did start where it was sunny today, and it was just great outside, a typical Tallahassee day. But once we reached noon, that's when the showers picked up, and everyone really needed those umbrellas and those rain boots because it was just downpouring. Again, you can see the moisture is mostly in the Gulf in our area. Southern Florida, it is not as wet as compared to us, and that's due to the tropical system that is in the Gulf of Mexico bringing in the rain, and also due to the southerly winds we are experiencing to the cold front that is just north of our area. Again, we do have the moisture in our area, and then also a little bit in the northern areas by Michigan and all of that. We do have the cold front, which was tonight, and here's those southerly winds I was talking about, and then we have second cold front tomorrow, and we will have a high chance of rain, and thunderstorms will mostly occur after 2 p.m. So we do have a 70% chance of rain tomorrow as well. So it's important to bring those umbrellas and bring those rain boots for tomorrow, but it will clear up by Wednesday morning. We have fewer showers. Those dew points will be much lower, and we will also have a lot cooler temperatures to what we were used to. For tonight, it will be 72 degrees, mostly clear. The chance of rain will still be there, but it will clear back up again before 2 a.m. And then for tomorrow, we will have a high of 90, so those high temperatures are sticking around for the next couple of days, and we will have that 70% chance of storms. It will be sunny, warm, but due to the rain, we might not even get to that high of 90, but we will see tomorrow. For the 7-day, we will have 90s for the next couple of days, and then we drop back down into the 80s for that cool bit of relief, and you can see that we have the 60s starting in on Thursday. So we're going to hand it on off to Shane for more about the Southeast.
Thanks, Paxton. Well, while it's 78 degrees and cloudy here in Tallahassee, we see a wide variety of conditions across the Southeast. In fact, the same conditions in Atlanta mirrored there in Little Rock. But let's take a look to where it's not quite so cloudy and gloomy, Key West. To no surprise, they're about 10 degrees cooler than us and a whole lot sunnier as well. But the relative humidity tells a big story. This is where all the moisture is, where we get these higher numbers out of 100, say 88 in Savannah. It is extremely humid there, and the air feels especially moist, sticky, uncomfortable. Just not fun to go outside, which I'm sure you notice here in Tallahassee, where it's been raining on and off all day, so you can almost see the steam radiating up from the pavement. So where is all that moisture located in the atmosphere on radar right now? Well, we can see all that moving onshore here in the Big Bend region and continuing to soak us. Not too much else concentrated across the Southeast, though we do have some sea breezes across the western Gulf of Mexico. So what's the story about what's going to happen over the next several days? Well, it all hinges around two cold fronts that we're going to see across the Southeast. That first one that's been hanging around for a while is going to scoot its way out of here, and then a second cold front is going to arrive around this time tomorrow, early in the morning actually, and bring classic Florida afternoon thunderstorms. And then that front's going to do something interesting and bounce back up to the north. And that's going to leave us with fewer showers on Wednesday, not ruling the rain out of the forecast completely, but it won't be nearly as wet as today and tomorrow are proving to be. So where's that water vapor right now across the whole Southeast? Well, as we can all expect, it's concentrated over the panhandle of Florida with another large pocket in the center of the heart of Dixie, that's Alabama, and otherwise relatively dry with these shades of green and white. That's where the moisture's not quite so concentrated. So getting into some specific numbers for tonight, how low will it go, you may ask? Well, in Tallahassee, we're going to get down to a low of 73 degrees and significantly cooler to the north because those regions have been passed by the cold front already, bringing significantly cooler temperatures. 65 is what we're calling in Tupelo, Mississippi tonight, 66 in Little Rock. And those shades of green up to the north, they indicate cooler temperatures still, and I'll get on to some of those in the national in just a few minutes. So as to the high tomorrow, 90 in Tallahassee, matched by 90 in Miami, and 91 in New Orleans. Let's send it back to the desk to talk about some football right now, and I'll be back in a few minutes for the national.
Yes, indeed. We'll see a lot more of football weather in Saturday.
Indeed. And guess what? I'm so excited we have a football game this weekend because last weekend a bye weekend.
Yeah, coming off a bye week's not been the best for us in history.
No.
But we're facing against Clemson. It's one of our ACC rivals, so we're expecting a very good game for our #1 Florida State Seminoles.
I'm so excited. And game day is coming as well, so it's going to just be a very fantastic day.
I know you wanted to say that.
And the weather is going to be fantastic as well because we will be experiencing those fall-like temperatures. So
Yes.
we're going to have those lows in the 60s and practically a 0% chance of rain for Saturday, which is going to be great for football.
Yes, the highest we're seeing is 86 degrees for our high for Saturday. So this is very sunny weather for Saturday, but not as hot and sweaty as it's been past like last week. So expect some very good temperatures for the football game. But now we're going to take it over to Shane with more look around the nation.
Thanks, guys. Well, now we're going to take a look at the country as a whole, and that cold front I mentioned a few moments ago that will be arriving and bringing us moisture is really making its presence known on this colorful map here. The deep reds of the southeast here from 78 in Tallahassee and New Orleans, those indicate a great deal of heat. That contrasts steeply with those cooler temperatures. It's only 60 degrees right now in Boston, 61 in Detroit. And keep in mind, we've got about a week left of summer, and these are autumn-like conditions. But as usual, we've got an anomaly in the desert southwest. Phoenix is currently scorching at 102 degrees. Now here's a different sort of graphic, the UV index. This is generally measured out of 10 or 12, and it indicates how strong the sun's UV rays are. So as for tomorrow, we're going to look at a pretty consistent trend across the country, higher numbers in the southeast, from 9 in San Antonio, where you better bring out that sunblock, to 5 in Minneapolis and Detroit and Boston, where sunscreen is never a bad idea, but it's not going to be quite as crucial. So we can also find that cold front on this map of the radar for the whole country. The satellite indicates those deep pockets of clouds stretching from Nebraska into Illinois. That's the second cold front, and we've also got this cluster across the southeast obscuring Memphis and Atlanta and Montgomery. So they're going to be bringing some moisture as well, as the radar indicates clearly. We've got a swath of rain that stretches from Dallas through Memphis and Little Rock all the way up to Detroit. That's that cold front, once again making its ugly presence known. Now we're going to focus in on a few specific regions of the country. Southeast, once again, we've got all those showers flaring up in the Gulf and being pushed onshore, especially with this definitive sea breeze along the Texas coast. There it goes. That's very impressive to see, and that's a classic afternoon feature on coastal areas. Now we've got a system of some stronger weather here in the central heartland, south of Chicago, through the Cleveland region. That's where some stronger rain really inundated those areas earlier today. And swooping our gaze out to the mountainous northwest, barely any clouds in sight at all. It's a gorgeous day in that region. They're not feeling the effects of this cold front at all, save for some cooler than average temperatures. But at least the snowfall has stopped. Yes, snowfall in summer. How about that? Now, taking a look at, we can see Hurricane Odile is making its presence known in the far southern border region of the desert southwest, and it's going to be bringing them some very unusual rainfall over the next few days. But give you a few more numbers before I sign off. 73 again tonight in Tallahassee, 50 will be the low in Kansas City, and 45 in Minneapolis, followed tomorrow by a high of 68 degrees up there, and 97 in Phoenix. And now it's time to hand it off to Jay to bring things back home.
Yes, back home, it's been quite a wet one here in the Tallahassee region. We're seeing some weather headlines, like I said before. Thunderstorms are going to be around for the next couple of days, but let's take a look at the almanac right now. The almanac, the high is 88 degrees. It's going to, like I said, 88 is not the high of 90 like we've seen the past couple of days. With the low being 75, it's going to be quite a cool one for the next couple of days. Currently, 78 in Tallahassee, 88 in Monticello, 82 in St. Mark, so quite a cool down because of all the rain that came into the area. And dew points is just around our temperature. See 74 in Tallahassee. Those dew points mean it's going to be a lot more muggy, a lot more humid for the closer it is to the temperatures. Where our futurecast, you're going to see a lot more rain start coming to the area. We have a cold front that's on our area right now, but you start to see a lot more thunderstorms are rolling in on the capital city after 2 o'clock tomorrow, and a lot more rain will be in the area going into Wednesday. But Wednesday morning, there's going to be fewer showers in the area, so by Wednesday afternoon, it's going to dry out and have seen some more sunny conditions by the time it's Wednesday night going into Thursday afternoon. For satellite radar, you're starting to see a lot more showers, starts rearing its head up for the capital city and much of the panhandle as well. So expect to see a lot more rain in the area. For tonight's forecast, you're seeing mostly clear, 30% chance of rain. I don't see mostly clear because tomorrow you're seeing a lot more thunderstorms in the area. For Tuesday, it's going to be 72 degrees in Tallahassee, 71 in St. Mark's, 73 in Monticello, so quite a cool night ahead. For tomorrow's forecast, you're starting to see some straight afternoon thunderstorms, 30% chance of rain. You're seeing 90 degrees in Tallahassee. I don't expect to get that high just yet. 88 in St. Mark's, 89 in Monticello. Again, this is tomorrow's forecast, so there's going to be a lot more showers in the area. For Tuesday's beach forecast, don't recommend going to the beach because of all the rain that's in your area. But if you do, it's going to be southwest, 10-15 knots, surf 2 to 4 feet, so it's quite a rough one on the water. Again, if you're going to go out on the boat, it's going to be the same thing. Southwest winds, 10-15 knots, waves 2 to 4 feet. It's going to be quite a light chop. With all the rain, it's going to make it quite a rocky boat ride. for the 7-day forecast, you are seeing a lot more rain for Tuesday, Tuesday afternoon, and only up to Wednesday morning. But when you start to see Thursday, Friday, Saturday, game day, you're gonna see nothing but sunshine for Saturday. But on the weekend, rain does come back up. 20% chance of showers on Sunday and 30% on Monday. But you are seeing a lot more of a cooling trend going to Thursday. That's why I have it highlighted there. Because you are seeing 67, 65 as a low for Friday. And going to weekend, lows in the 60s means not sweaty, but cooler conditions ahead for all the Seminole State fans and the FAMU fans. But now let's take it back to the desk with the dynamic duo at the desk, Jake and John.
Thanks, Jay. I don't know. Are we a dynamic duo?
Yeah, of course we are.
I mean, Jake and John here is kind of roll off the tongue, but
Yeah.
Actually, we have some interesting information while he was talking about those lower temperatures we're going to be seeing next week. The last month of August was actually the hottest month, or the hottest August recorded since data collection began, like 130 years ago.
And that's a worldwide stat. So it may have been warm here, but it was warm everywhere across the Earth as well, not just here in the Big Bend area.
Yeah, the NASA Goddard Institute for Space Studies supplied this report, and it's just it's interesting to see that over the past, we've seen all these hot summers and years over the past couple of years, but August tops the chart.
Yeah, and we're starting to change that pattern now. We're going to start getting a little bit cooler, starting to go below average actually for a change over the next couple of days with that cold front coming through.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be uncomfortable for me anyway. I'm getting tired of the blistering heat out there, but
I'm ready for a change in seasons.
while we're talking about hot weather, let's go take a look at Florida right now. Things are still pretty warm out there. 78 degrees in Tallahassee. We got 85 in Jacksonville. So things are still pretty warm considering the time of day. These are current right now. We have 87 in Tampa, 86 in Orlando, 83 over there in Pensacola, and down in Miami, 87 degrees and 87 in Key West. So 87 all around the bottom there. Relative humidity, get a good idea of where the moisture is sitting, 87% in Tallahassee. The moisture is streaming southwest into this region. We've seen the rain today as the front moves in and has produced these all the precipitation we've seen. 63% in Tampa, 47 in Fort Myers, so a little bit drier down there. 77 Pensacola, 70 in Jacksonville, so relatively moist as this front continues to move towards the south, and we have the southwesterly flow that keeps channeling into this region. So let's take a look at the radar. There's all the showers we've been seeing over the past couple of hours. It's starting to dissipate a little bit, but we still see plenty of reds and yellows popping up all over the place as the sea breeze continues onshore and continues to create the precipitation events we've noticed for about the past 2 or 3 hours around the capital city. But looking over over to this side, we see the southwesterly flow coming onto this side as well. We see it moving near Jacksonville. We have a stray line of showers moving off. Radar's a little fuzzy there, but down there it's north of Ocala, we see some just stray showers moving on as the sea breeze continues onto the coast and provides precipitation down here. We had a shower popping up in Monroe County. There we go. That little cell there is the big story down in the south right now in terms of precipitation. Not a whole lot going on near Miami. We have a little bit going on north, but Monroe's seeing the bulk of the action right now. Up there south of Vero Beach, we see another little shower pop up. And moving on to the rest, over here in Lake County, we see another cell pop up north of Orlando. So that's the big story around Florida right now. We see plenty of little pop-up showers and precipitation as the sea breeze continues on, and the cold front is going to be our big playmaker over the next couple of days. Taking a look at the cold front I just mentioned, we have it right now sitting in with the southwesterly flow I just mentioned, and then it's going to move on, and then another front is going to come in and stall out. This is going to be providing our rain chances over the next few days, thunderstorms after 2 p.m. because things will still be relatively warm throughout the next couple of days, providing the opportunity for the precipitation. It's going to move on out and then move back up north and just kind of sit around. We're going to see the chances for showers throughout the next couple of days. But taking a look at tonight, it's going to be another warm one, 73 Tallahassee, 76 in Orlando, 78 Miami. So 70s around the board once again. And tomorrow, going to be another warm one, 90 degrees Tallahassee, 90s around the board as the chances of rain stay up in the north section of Florida. But for now, let's take a look at the tropics with Paxton.
Thank you, Jay. We did have Arthur, which was our first Category 2, followed up by Bertha, which was a Category 1. We had Cristobal, Dolly, and we now have Edward, which is now a Category 2, and that will most likely be strengthening as the days go on and then weakening again further. But I'll get to that in just a little bit. Hurricane climatology is showing that for this time of September, these darker shaded areas of red are where more of the hurricanes develop and strengthen. So we could see that we have some in the Atlantic and also in the Gulf of Mexico, areas very close to Florida and specifically to the Big Bend region if you take into account the Gulf of Mexico. And you could also see that further in the Atlantic, we do drop off shades where they're least likely to strengthen, and that's usually due to wind shear and all of that, so it causes these storms to weaken. We could see Edward right here in this corner, and you can also see that he does have a well-developed eye. I will show you a closer up image of that in just a little bit. And you can also see we have this system here in southern Mexico. It has a 60% chance of developing. So for all those people in the western part of the country and in Mexico, you just have to be careful and stay aware of all the flooding and all the rain that's in that area. And you can also see Odile over here, which is still a Category 1 storm. And as one of my friends told me, Odile is a big deal for those in Mexico, but not for us in the United States. So basically all it's bringing is just a ton of moisture into the western United States, which is needed because there are some fires going on in that area. Taking a closer look at Hurricane Edward, you can see that its eye is much more well developed than what it was these past couple of days, showing the intensification of this storm and the stronger winds and all of that associated with it. Right now it is a 3, is a 2, it will go into a 3 going on into the next couple of days, and it'll downgrade back down into a 2, continuing on, it goes back down to a 1 because it's weakening due to the wind shear. So it's not a threat to the United States. It's going off into the East Coast, or it's going off to the east towards Europe and all of that. And then this is that tropical system that is over Mexico. We have some water vapor imagery going on right now. It was dry, not so cloudy in the middle of the day, but as the day progressed, you could see all the moisture and the clouds in our area picking up. And going into the satellite radar, you can see showers did pick up as we go into the day. It's currently 78 degrees in Tallahassee due to that moisture, and for tonight we will have a temperature at 73 degrees. But for now, we're going to take it on back to the desk for more information about the Pacific.
All right, thanks, Paxton. And yeah, we got a brief look at the Atlantic tropical systems moving right now. We've actually had one moving in the Pacific right now that's making its way towards North Vietnam.
Yeah, it hit the Philippines over the last couple of days, brought some rain there, upwards of a couple of inches there.
16 inches
Wow.
in isolated reporting, yeah. So it was nothing to sneer, nothing to ignore here. And it has been weakened and kept kind of under control, so to speak, by the wind shear, and it's moving very fast, upwards of 20 miles per hour. So
Yeah.
it can't be, I mean, it's still a dangerous storm, but it could be much worse,
Right.
given those if those conditions were taken away.
Now, Vietnam is a fairly mountainous and forested area. It's going to bring in some more damage there.
The big story here is going to be the rainfall. We've got to keep our eyes on mudslides in that region because the accumulation of rainfall and such can be a big threat.
And we're expecting quite a bit of rainfall tomorrow as well here in the Big Bend area. A couple of inches here in the Big Bend area, especially down towards Apalachicola. Today we've seen a little over a half of an inch of rain. 0.64 down at the Tallahassee Regional Airport today. Yearly, we're up over 45 inches for the year here in Tallahassee, and some places have seen well over 50 inches of rain, and there's more on the way. Plenty of moisture in the Gulf of Mexico. This is all going to slowly slide off towards the north. That cold front that's coming in on Wednesday morning, here that is kind of just clouds for now, but it will be bringing in more moisture over Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Bringing it into local area, starting to see those showers fizzle away from Tallahassee down towards Apalachicola. A couple more showers off towards the west over towards Panama City and Bay County. Current temperatures around the area at 78 degrees here in Tallahassee. Very cool today. We didn't make it very far through the 80s before those temperatures kind of got stuck in the 70s due to the rain. 82 degrees in Apalachicola, where they haven't had as much rain over the last few hours. And these temperatures are going to slide a little bit over the next couple of days, but they're really going to fall towards the end of the week. Let's watch the clock here as we head into tomorrow morning. 72 degrees for the low Tuesday morning, and then we'll rebound back up into the 80s to near 80, possibly into the low 80s as we head into the afternoon hours, depending on some of that rain shower activity, and then back down into the upper 60s as we head into the next couple of mornings. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning are all going to be in the upper 60s to around 70, but the real change is going to be the dew point. Dew point right now, it's been muggy over the last couple of days, and that's also adding to the amount of rain that we've been getting, but those dew points are going to be falling down into the 60s as you watch these numbers. You saw those fly by, and we're going to see those temperatures, those dew point temperatures fly into the low 60s, possibly middle 60s as we head in towards the end of the week. So it's going to feel a lot better outside. And tonight we're going to feel 72 degrees with a 30% chance of showers, and then really the big story of the next couple of days is really going to be the 70% chance of showers for tomorrow, with those thunderstorms moving again from south to north through the Big Bend area in advance of that next cold front picture. The next cold front, and it's going to be a good day for watching some birds out there. Go ahead and throw this bird picture up here for you. We saw this afternoon, and this is what we saw. You can see the hawk up in the tree this afternoon, chasing some squirrels through the trees there. And it's going to be a much better time throughout the rest of the week as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to watch some birds out there, because we're going to look like this. And as we head into the game day forecast, as ESPN rolls into town for Saturday morning, we're looking at 70 degrees early Saturday morning. Winds not too heavy out there either. And it's going to look fantastic. We're going to be dry and cooler as we head into the next 7 days. We're looking like this. We're looking like the low 90s as we head into the next couple of days, but really most of the area is going to be seeing upper 80s. That's a change in the forecast from the last couple of days.
Oh yeah, it's going to be looking, well, fantastic in my opinion. At least a little bit of a relief from the blistering heat we've been seeing from the record August we just got through with. So ESPN game day is coming to town.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. There's still gonna be dew on the ground if you're heading out there at those early times at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, but that's gonna kind of waste away, and we're gonna head back towards the upper 80s for the actual game on Saturday against Clemson.
Still got to keep our eyes over the next few days on those rain chances going up as the front moves in, right?
Yeah, most of those rain chances are gonna happen after 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then into the evening hours as that front gets really close. And then rain chances going down to near 0 by the end of the week.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday looking good. Low of 65 there on Friday.
Yeah, that's almost cold. Not quite, but almost cold for us here in the Big Bend.
We've been waiting for that for a couple weeks now to see those temperatures dip finally back down into the 60s. But
we'll be keeping tabs on that game day forecast, as well as when actually ESPN game day comes in here on Twitter, on Facebook, and on live stream each night at 6 o'clock and at 11:30. You can always catch us again at 11:30. Here on Channel 4 in Tallahassee.
So it's been a pretty interesting couple of days, interesting month here, but I'm student meteorologist Jake Taylor.
And I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis. Again, follow us on Facebook, send us those pictures of the Seminole gear, and have a great night.